Oh hey, didn't see you there. Welcome back to another video. Today we are doing the front bushings. We're gonna swap out the old ones for this set of polyurethanes. After this car should be handling like a dream. It'll be ridiculous. I cannot wait to drive this car with all this stuff on. But first, we gotta put it on. With that, I think let's just cut all the talking and get straight into the action. Quick side note, I got these little rubber things for my jack stands. This here rests on a piece of rubber rather than on the metal of the jack stand. Something I should have invested in a long time ago. This is sick. And here is the control arm pulled out. So I'll just bring it out here. It's not too bad. It's got a little bit of rust here, as you can see by the bubbling, and a little bit back here. Overall though, pretty good condition. So now it's the fun part. We gotta figure out how to pull the bushings. Honestly, I'm not 100% sure how I'm going to pull these, but we'll figure it out. Might do something similar to the strategy we did on the rear. Taking out this little bushing took 1.5 hours. 1.5 hours. Well, it's out now. So that is half of the problem done. The thing is, there are 2 bushings on one control arm. So I'm gonna have to try and figure out what to do with this one now. This one is a little bit tricky because we actually have to reuse this little metal piece. So I can't damage this or else I'm screwed. Seriously, what a pain. What an absolute pain. I am not happy. And there it is. Bushing number 2 removed. Or well, at this point, just what's left of it. So I need to somehow extract this from its rubber prison. I don't know how I'm going to do this, but yeah. Dang it, man. Alrighty, another day and another dollar. So I've been experimenting a little bit with how to get the sleeve out of its rubber prison, and I've done it. Here is the sleeve, very clean and all wire brushed and stuff, looking very good. This is probably the best that it's ever looked since new. And then, as you can kind of see here, you may get a little bit of an idea of what happened to the rubber. So I also went ahead and wire brushed and painted the lower control arm, so it's rust free. Well, kind of. There's still surface rust underneath the paint. Some of that just didn't want to go away, which is fine. I'm not too worried about it. Worst case scenario, this rots out eventually. You know, I'll give it another 6 years for this thing to start rotting, and then I can just replace it. So I'm not too concerned about it. So with that, I'm gonna start putting this stuff together and then putting it in there. Let's see how this goes. I've realized very quickly after trying to put in the control arm that I have messed up. It has become very, very clear. So I thought I read the instructions alright and understood the instructions alright. Turns out I didn't. So here is where I messed up. Right here. I messed up right here. So what I should have done is just heat up the rubber on the little metal shell here. This is the metal shell. And everything's going wrong. And then taking all the rubber out and leave the shell in the control arm. I didn't do that. So now when I went to put in the bushing, it's moving around a whole bunch. And the reason it's moving around a whole bunch is because the shell is supposed to stay there. I mean, it is what it is. I need a bushing now. Well, I need the metal ring for the bushing. I don't need the whole bushing, but I don't think I can order just the metal ring. So yeah, lesson learned. Really take the time to look at your instructions before going forward and messing up. When I do get this ordered and it arrives, then we can resume. Well, another day. So when I last recorded that, it was Wednesday. Today is Friday, and control arms came in. So I actually got completely new control arms. You know the drill. Brand new control arms. It was not cheap, I'll tell you that much. It was more expensive than I was hoping for, but at the same time I kind of expected it, because I put a new control arm in the Subi. That wasn't really that cheap either, and it was only one. So this is 2 control arms, double that price. Yeah, you know the drill. So anyways, I'm not going to waste your time pressing these in again and filming that, because I already did that. So what I'm going to do is pretty much just the right side. We're just going to start off where we left off, which is put this back in the car, bolt it back up, and then the right side will be officially done. I haven't even touched the left side of the car yet, so it's going to be real easy. All we need to do is just lower the subframe about 1 inch, because as you can see, the bolt can't really come out because the transmission's in the way, because it's an automatic. The manuals don't have this problem because they're, I guess, a bit smaller or different design or something, but the automatics have this problem. So I'm going to drop the subframe about 1 inch, probably less, and then grab the bolt, take it out, take all the bolts out, and then just drop in the new control arm just right then and there. Just get it done with. It'll be out of the way. It'll be real easy. All I need to do is just take it out, put it back in, bolt up the subframe, lower the car, we're done. With that being said, let's just go ahead and do it. And the right side is done out. It is complete. Control arm in, bushings in, right side done. All I gotta do now is press the bushings into here, then go to left side, lower subframe, take out that control arm and put this one in. So here we go. Okay, update on where the car is. Let me show you. Actually, first let me go over here. This is finally out. Was a pain. And I have more things I need to fix now. So subframe is lowered, steering shaft is disconnected because I lowered it. So I was really trying not to, but happened. So if it happened, it happened. Whatever. I'm not going to be worried about it. Area happened to me for the first time when I changed the sway bar. So I've already done this before. I kind of know how to handle it. I do want to show you guys a little interesting design change between the original and the new ones. This right here, look at that. That's a hole, and that's closed. So I wonder if they strengthened this because people are complaining about this little corner breaking. I know this section was where it broke on my Subaru, so I mean, I guess it makes sense. But yeah, I just found that really interesting that it's actually different. It's the same part, but it's different. I'm going to try and get this car down tonight. I might work until, 3, 4 in the morning, but I'm going to try and get this car down on the ground tonight. It's been sitting on jack stands for about 4 days now, so I want to get this car back on the ground. So I'm going to put the control arm in. I'm going to lift the subframe up a little bit, realign the steering shaft. Last time I did it, my steering was a little bit off. I'm going to try and see if I can make it correct this time. Really cross my fingers that I get it right this time, because last time it was a little off. It wasn't annoying or anything, it was just a little bit off. So I want to see if maybe I can try and get it in perfect alignment this time. We'll see. So anyway, all right, it's late. Let me just put it in. Well, yeah, a lot of stuff has gone down since my last recording, so pretty much I had to do some experimenting with the left control arm. I think when they manufactured it, one of the welds is like a little bit off, and so like it's strong and everything, but it's about 1 to 2 millimeters off, so when I put in the bolt, it didn't line up. So I had to modify the bushing a little bit so that it would allow just a little bit more flex of that inside, whatever you call it, a little tube thing. It's 4 a.m. right now. I've worked through this car pretty much all night, and it is now complete. I'm ignoring, I know I talked about the steering bushings, but honestly, I cannot be bothered to do any more bushing work right now. So I'm just gonna forget about it and do it another time, if ever. So 4 a.m. me didn't do an outro for this video, so this is what you get. In the next video, we're going to be installing one little part that came in for the Corolla, and then we're going to take it on its first drive with the new bushings in place, and we're going to see how the car does. So tune in next Friday, that video is going to go live. Anyways, that's it for this video. If you enjoyed, go ahead and leave a like, comment below, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye.